Hello friends! It must be reckoned with the fact that the operation of the BMW X6 will not be cheap. The car is equipped exclusively with high-power turbo engines, including those with double and even triple supercharging. The average fuel consumption of gasoline units is at least 15 liters per 100 kilometers. The appetites of diesel engines are lower, but you should not count on low consumption. If you don't own a gas station, then it's better to choose a 3-liter turbo diesel available in different power options from about 230 to 300 horsepower. Turbochargers are a consumable item that is subject to natural wear and tear. Bosch fuel system nozzles become unusable after 150 to 200,000 kilometers. The plastic throttle gears soon wear out. There are often problems with the pulley on the crankshaft, the damper is destroyed, and the smell of burnt rubber appears. There are cases when customers had to lay out several $1,000s for the repair of a timing chain drive. The most serious problem is the breakdown of the high-pressure pump. The piston works in the wrong position, which leads to the appearance of chips and failure of the nozzles. Expenses: a new pump costs $1,200. But in addition to the pump, it is necessary to clean the entire fuel system and replace the nozzles. Highly boosted 3-liter turbo diesel versions 35D and 40D, after 200 to 300,000 kilometers, were sometimes sent for overhaul. The most problematic engine is the 4.4-liter petrol V8 N63. It received 2 turbines located right in the collapse of the block. There are also cat collectors. As a result, the motor is subjected to high temperature loads. The oil quickly loses its properties and simply sinters into the turbine lubrication channels. In hot conditions, the service life of valve stem seals is short, 50 to 100,000 kilometers, depending on operating conditions. As a result, oil consumption increases to 1 to 1.5 liters per 1,000 kilometers, and rings lie. If you miss the control of the oil level, then the engine will simply jam. Overhaul after 100 to 150,000 kilometers is not uncommon. The most reliable prevention is the regular replacement of valve stem seals after 50 to 70,000 kilometers. The procedure is expensive, since for this you have to remove the engine. And of course, it is necessary to change the engine oil more often and monitor the cleanliness of the radiators. The 3-liter petrol turbo engine N54 with a return of 306 horsepower also delivers trouble. After 100,000 kilometers, the vanos fail, and after 150 to 200,000 kilometers, one of the turbines, 2 pieces. Moreover, in order to replace the turbocharger, you have to lower the subframe. Soon, the injectors or high-pressure fuel pumps could be moaning. There were also cases of major repairs. N55, similar in parameters, 3.0 with 306 horsepower, is still reputed to be more reliable. It was installed after the restyling. Transmission elements need regular oil updates. A ZF automatic transmission repair may be needed after 200,000 kilometers. Usually short-lived bushings are to blame. The all-wheel drive system is relatively reliable. In most cases, only the current seals had to be changed. The X6 series came under a recall campaign to replace the front drive shaft due to backlash in the spline connection. Sooner or later, the big wheels finish off the shocks and suspension arms. None of these repairs will be cheap. There are 3 levers for each wheel of the front axle. After 150 to 200,000 kilometers, a coil of one of the springs often breaks off. The air springs of the rear air suspension have a similar resource. From time to time, there are problems related to electronics. For example, the electronic parking brake module or the intelligent negative terminal on the battery fails. With age, the keyless access system fails. The board built into the handle fails. The uneven distribution of the airflow temperature in the cabin, warm on the left and cold on the right, is usually caused by a faulty stove valve. After 200,000 kilometers, the stove motor also fails. Surprisingly, in a luxury crossover, the rubberized coating of the handles wears out relatively quickly, and the symbols of frequently used buttons are erased. Some of the problems could be solved during service actions. If you know of other model malfunctions, be sure to write about it.